It may still be choppy in the room for everybody, so apologize for that. I'll figure something out this weekend for sure. AAL though seems to be moving along with the airlines, Boeing as well. As
Yeah, there was something about another 25 billion to help out the airlines.
Yeah, payroll support, which I thought was interesting, and that's what's popping it right now.
yeah,
Here it is. Here it is. Has this got everything though?
How do I update to the latest?
You got 5.2. What, Brian?
0.35.
0.3.
0.35.
That's not even on there. It's not on there this year. It was released sometime in 2018, probably then. But
Yes, exactly.
yeah, so the latest production release on their site that I can find is the 5.5.0.3.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Here's the download page that has those. Somebody gave me a link to the one that I'm on, but I'm sure I don't have the latest. The latest. I never did update. There was a more current one.
I probably don't even thinking. I'm wondering. My laptop has it too, but I don't usually run my trading platform on my laptop, except when I'm traveling.
DAS. What
All
do we
right.
have for DAS?
Come on, Disney. Papa needs a new set of ears. Oh, wait. Partial Twitter. Oh, Twitter's at 30. They finally made it below VWAP. Whew. I got to keep paying attention to it. I forget. All right. But we're taking a partial there on Twitter.
You're also in
That was,
Disney, right?
that was a long way to go for 30 cents. Yeah. Yeah, I'm short Disney. Holding a massive size on Twitter because it's not going anywhere. Oh, look at that.
What is anybody looking at Roku? What are they doing going into earnings this afternoon?
Roku is. What is Roku doing? Roku's down fractionally right now.
I got a little choppy in the morning. What else we have? We have Etsy that's reporting after hours, as well as Jack in the Box and WDC. Ooh, Roku's supposedly right at the close. 4 o'clock. That'll be interesting.
Aha. Now, thank you, Peter. I now have an updated version. I'm in the 21st century. No, I actually stopped out of PAS. I got out of it. I got out of my last bit of my gold, and I got out of the last bit of my PAS. Just because of the way it was kind of trading today. It's been a great run, and I'll look to get back in, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. I may regret getting out of it, but
I wonder.
SPY is now really it did a bit of a sell-off here last half hour or so. Now it's coming right back up.
Sorry about that. I realized I
On mute.
still had the Benzinga. I did not have it on mute.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
Disney's very disappointing. It's right back up to my break even and slightly beyond. I'm giving it a couple of cents, as I said I would. See if it again bounces off this area and goes back down.
So we had a couple of IPOs. We had our RXT and Big C. Did you
Correct.
trade any of those?
No.
One of them.
RXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, RXT didn't. It dropped off the open, and then I didn't like it much. Yeah. Big C was very exciting, but it had an IPO price of about $24, but it opened around 70, and it got halted. It got halted like a couple of times in the first few minutes it was open. It went all the way up to 90, and then I'm like, this is insanity, so I just stayed out of it.
Well, it really didn't. Let's say it's really come off the highs now. It's back down at back down. It's around 73.5 now.
It's still anybody that was in on this IPO is extremely happy because that's 300% of the strike price.
Yes, jawohl, mein Herr.
All right.
I see Facebook is in the red.
Yeah, Facebook. Facebook bounced off this low early in the morning and then jumped. Then it looks like it's grinded its way back down.
Crap. Look at Overstock. I'm just looking at Overstock. I had kind of that an eye on that in the morning, and then it. Jeez, what a move on Overstock today. OSTK.
OSTK, not OTSK.
No, OSTK. What a monster move today.
Wow.
It's up like it's going to 100.
I don't understand. I don't even know what Overstock does. They keep changing their business model.
It does have to do with Bitcoin.
Now, before they were selling weren't they were buying like truckloads of off-brand like merchandise that didn't sell, and that's why it was Overstock. They were selling companies Overstock.
I thought they were an oversupply auction house.
Yeah, well, that's what they originally were, exactly. But that's how they would get their stuff, right? They would buy like truckloads of things that didn't sell, and then they would auction it off. And anyways, apparently that's not their business
anymore. Look at that SPY 5-minute just up and down ugly chart on the SPY.
I've got short AAL. I know, guys, I was talking earlier how it didn't follow a pattern, and you see how it set the top, but as the 50 moving average came in, I got a little more confident in it. I didn't get a great entry, but I got in at 1269.
Throw that up
for
everybody.
Now I got to keep my eyeballs on three things.
Not a great entry. That's a pretty good entry, Peter. 1269. It's not bad.
It's okay, I guess.
Did you want 1272?
1279.
I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you didn't take Microsoft.
No,
half an hour ago, it was really starting to roll over around 2:30.
I didn't notice it really.
It hasn't really moved that much.
So I've got, we're at, what are we at? 2 days ago high here on Twitter. I think, what do we got? 20 minutes left. I'm going to take some off Twitter here. And sure enough, Disney bounced. So I was glad I gave it a couple of pennies patience. Disney once again bounced right off of that level and heading back down. It's got to break through this 127.50
Do you got
area.
AAL up there? Did you take some off AAL? Kind of made a sharp
Yeah.
move down.
Darn it, I missed that, yeah. Too many. We're working as hard as we can.
It's about ready. It's making its move down again. So just wanted to
Yeah, I
key your
see
eye
that.
in on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Here we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've shorted DAL. 26.45. See if we can pick up a dime or so. SPY is kind of selling off here. Why am I trading a NYSE stock?
I was wondering that myself, Brian.
You just realized it after you got in, didn't you?
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's a little bit of an exception because it moves with all the airlines. So no matter the exchange, it'll move with UAL and AAL, which are both NASDAQ. So, all right, I've taken a partial on AAL just in case here because it's bouncing a bit, and I'm worried about missing it. Disney, come on, you're sitting right there, Disney.
Got lots of trading going on this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Tweeter, let's go Tweeter. Here we go, Disney. That's right. That's the spirit.
AMD's selling off too here.
There. Good boy. That's a good little mouse.
It's following your plan.
That's right.
OTC says SQ selling off as well.
Yeah, it is.
I think SQ's the only NYSE stock that you like trading, Brian.
Well, it's been It's been old faithful.
Hot diggity. All right. I'm going to take a partial here on Disney. It's near the lows that it bounced off of about 40 minutes ago. Awesome sauce.
Not too bad.
Good. Here we go. Finally, taking a bit of a. I'm just gonna cover some here. DAL's putting up a fight.
Resistance is futile.
Yes. Covering some more. 39. All right.
Taking a partial in Twitter.
I'm out. I think the SPY is going to bounce. Honestly, I think it's going to just bounce back here. The buying breed will come back in.
Buying.
You think so?
Yeah, I have a suspicion. I have my suspicions. I think people are kind of waiting for this
Stimulus bill.
I think so, yeah, honestly. I am still holding some Intel, yes. Sit down now.
Yeah.
I was kind of figuring it was going to pull. It was going to do a little bit of a pullback here, but I still have some of my position there. See, here comes the buyers coming back in.
Yeah. So we'll pull up
Stocks.
earnings really quick here before we get into the last 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So we got
Etsy
the
is going to be interesting, eh?
Yep, we got Etsy on there, and we also got Roku, which I think some people will be excited about. Those are the two big ones. Western Digital might do something too, especially with a lot of the other members in that industry kind of popping all around. But I'm interested in Etsy as well as Roku. And then we were supposed to have Square this afternoon, but Square decided to trump us and release early, or I guess late last night, early this morning, depending on where you are in the world. So, and then tomorrow we got Norwegian Cruise Liners, Kronos Group is all reporting. So those should be two that might be interesting for the morning rally.
Karen, I'm rare earth stocks. No, I don't have any position in any rare earth stocks right now. I was looking at lithium at one point, some lithium stocks. You could trade XLB, which keep thinking I should get into, which is just a materials sector play, which looks like, it challenged the high from a week or so ago today. A little bit concerned that a lot of these, gold, silver is a little extended, so that's why I got out of my positions, and I'm expecting a bit of a pullback here. We'll see if that backfires or not.
Oh, again. I'm not going to wait for it. I'm getting all out of Disney. And then there were two.
What about jambalaya?
Here we go. Come on. American Airlines. They're not going to give you that much money for your payroll. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm out of Dow. That was not going anywhere. Banned from the screen.
What do we got? 12 minutes?
Yeah, about 12 minutes.
It looks like,
yeah, ATVI is just trying to hold on to this previous day low. It's bounced off it 3 times now. Over the last 2 hours, pretty much.
Come on. Looking good. Here we go. Let's suck up those bids. There you go.
You're in Twitter still?
I am, but I'm watching AAL a little more closely. Twitter's not interesting.
Twitter kind of bounced.
Yeah.
Facebook is sold off and kind of bouncing back here. Huh.
Come on. Lower.
What did you say about Uber? Is Uber reporting tomorrow?
No, Uber is not reporting tomorrow. I don't think they are.
I thought it was reporting. I thought it was reporting this week.
Let me see.
Neo.
Oh, look at the SPY go. That's good. Markets are going down.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Look at that.
Sort of happy I got out of Disney. It's just chopping around here. Come on, AEL. I've got the button sort of poised here to take a partial on AEL if it moves to there. I'm going to take a partial.
Disney's not doing anything.
Twitter's moving lower though.
So I think Uber might be Thursday after the close. That's
Okay.
It says Thursday, but I'm not seeing it on there whether it's before the market open or after. So they might not have a set time yet.
They're leaving it up in the air.
Yeah. So as we get 10 minutes in, we got an exciting close as we got Peter in AAL.
Square. Yeah. ATVI just lost it. Finally.
ATV Square, a lot of stocks selling off. So we'll throw up the member trade of the day here for us, and it goes to Kim. Yes, Kim. So his trade on Disney at the open, and he even threw up here a shout out to chart log. So if you've ever wondered what chart log looks like, that image that he has behind his DAS cut-in image is chart log, and that is the software that you're able to chart. It puts in your buy as well as your sell orders, and then you can also draw on. Came from our community.
Yep.
But
Two
this
guys
trade
built that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is very useful. I use it myself. I found it very useful in my trading. But Kim, he did a nice 5-minute opening range breakup on Disney. 10, 20 minutes before you entered short, Peter.
That's about it, because that was the start of the setup of my strategy and the high of the day. So that's an excellent place to have it done.
Yeah. Yep. So as we see here, Kim's 5-minute opening range breakout that he continued to hold throughout most of the day led right into Peter's mountain pass strategy. So excellent trade on that. With that said, let's get into this real quick because we got Roku and everything coming out right afterwards. We got, for the member trade of the day, go ahead, tag us at Bearable Traders, at MikeB_BBT, and at NormBBT. Use the hashtag BBT family so we know that you're submitting. Again, it should be a live trade, and please include somewhere your chat name inside the community. That way, if you win on Thursday, we can locate you for your $100 gift certificate from Amazon. This evening, we have our very own John Hiltze, who will be talking to us about trading a single strategy and what it's like and how it can benefit you. And I know some traders mentioned FOMO by only being able to trade one strategy. I typically only trade one or two, and I started out just trading in one strategy for my first 6 months. And I will tell you, it helps you deal with FOMO, because you see other entries on other setups, but you just say, I'm not going to take that. So you learn that there will be another opportunity for you to get in. And it really does help with that FOMO addiction of fear of missing that out. So please join us in the webinar room with all of our lifetime webinars. And that will be this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we'll get back to trading with that. I got a question, AJ. You're able to submit trades done today after 1 p.m.? Yeah, I'll take a look at those, absolutely. For any afternoon trades that happen after the 1 p.m. time frame, I'll take a look at those for Thursday, because I'm sure there's some probably pretty good afternoon trades that go on. So, by all means. And then...
Wow. I would have thought that. Look at that. Huh.
What are we looking at, Peter?
I'm just, Twitter ended up being my best trade of the day, at least P&L ones. So,
well, that's special.
Shows risk management, because, like I've said many times, I use a flat risk. So So I was able to, because my risk was so small entering Twitter, I took a lot more shares than I did, for instance, on Disney. So while Disney moved more, like Twitter top to bottom only moved 50 cents, but you know, it was my best trade because I had such a huge share size. Because my risk on it when I entered it was only 5 cents. So. That's good. Great. Good to check your P&L at the end of the day and get pleasantly surprised. Hadn't looked at it yet today, so that's nice. It's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I had a red trade today, actually. A red on the sheet, anyways.
See, look at that. SPY came ripping right back up. The buying brigade. Stocks never go down. Stocks never go down.
Is that them? That's them coming in, eh? The buying brigade.
Yeah, they're coming in. They're coming in. They're going to close the day out on a big uptick here. Here's Disney's coming back up. DAL came back up. Beyond the meat.
Awesome.
There's the buying brigade.
There
Yeah,
it is. There it is.
We're getting,
Microsoft. Look at Microsoft rip.
I know. Well, look how it really plummeted down. Like it
Yes.
lost. You know, those candles down were scary, and then right back up. Like that's the stuff at the close that makes you nervous. So now that I'm looking, like, look at Disney, right back up to once again to the exact level where I'd entered. So I'm glad I got out when I did. So that made a lot of sense. And
Yeah, look at Microsoft. Everything's just ripping into the close here. With the SPY, of course.
we have to remember that they were AAL only had the big push up with the rest of the airlines because the Fed turned on those printers again.
Microsoft was, I would say Microsoft was my big disappointment stock today. With this big shoot up in the pre-market, and then it sold off. I thought for sure it was gonna try to go test that pre-market high again today, but just never quite lost some buying enthusiasm.
Etsy's going hard into the close, into its earnings. What did you say was reporting right at the close?
Roku is at 4 o'clock, so we got Roku right off the bat.
So we'll see what kind of reception.
CVS did its CVS thing. I traded it off the open. Believe it or not, I got a long over VWAP. The only time today when it was over VWAP, and but then it just sort of went flat and did nothing. Another one of those nicey stocks you love so much, Brian. But I know to be cautious with CVS. I've watched it enough. CVS it's a weird duck. Like it'll do nothing and then suddenly start trading like Tesla. Like I don't know what gets into it. It's something with the market makers how they manage that, but it's a very strange stock sometimes.
Is it a nicey stock?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. In the old days, there used to be. I'm going to date myself here, but there used to be certain times a day when market makers would trade specific stocks. So you could count on, at 11 o'clock, whatever it is, General Electric would get a lot of buys and sells. Well, buys and sells. I mean, General Electric was a pretty. It's one of the Dow 30s, and there we go. There's the bell. Ding, ding, ding.
Bell. So waiting on Roku to report. See what comes out on that one.
That's interesting.
What is today? Today's the 5th all day.
Yes, it is.
Starting my journaling process here as I get things done. I have to go for a run after the close today. I was about to go for my run this morning, and then it started to pour rain, and I'm like, to heck with that. I'm not going.
Really?
Don't want to run in the rain, Peter?
Nah. Some days I don't mind it, especially if I'm going with a group. I'll go anyways. But today I was just like, ugh, just running on my own. It's gonna be muddy in the forest, and I don't feel like it. So I got. So I sent you emails, Mike.
Yes, I got those. So
So there you go. See, that's what I did instead of running. So now I have to run between meetings. I've got some. I've got some meetings tonight. Let's see what happens with some earnings here. Twitter, by far my best trade of the day. Look at that. Wow.
Roku popping up. Not sure if anything's released on them, but it is definitely starting to make a run up.
Oh, I gotta get better at taking partials. What did I get? 4.5. So I got 4.5 R on Twitter, but it moved 10 R. So obviously I left a lot on the table, but you never know, I guess. Anyways, most of my trades look like that.
Yep, there we go. Roku's up at 175 now.
Wow. Take a look at where's Roku.
I've not seen anything come out on them yet. Maybe somebody heard Benzinga talk about it. So Snacker Jack, Peter uses PowerPoint to journal. And I think you keep Excel too for your statistics, isn't that right? Along with TraderView.
So I do.
Yeah.
It's like you're reading my post.
I'm just there it is. See, look at that. I didn't even read it.
I know. I know. I could tell you. But yes, yeah, that's what I use.
Okay.
Snacker Jacker, actually, if you're starting something new, I would actually recommend you look at ChartLog.
Yeah.
ChartLog, I think it's better. It's got more functionality. I'm just used to TraderView, and because I've been using it for several years now, and I've got 3 years worth of data in it. So, I'm too lazy to go and do something new.
Yeah, ChartLog is very functional, that's for sure.
Looks like Etsy's getting some activity. Spread on it is pretty wide. 75 cents, now 50.
I'm very old school, yeah. Well, Kyle, to paraphrase Scent of a Woman, I'm too blind, I'm too old, and I'm too tired.
Roku's up at 178 now. I have not seen anything come out on Roku, though.
Yeah, it's pretty all over the map right now.
There it is. Earnings per share beat by 20 cents. Revenue beat. Nice.
Oh, I better take some notes on that. That's Roku, right?
Yeah.
So, see what the guys looks like. Etsy's popping a little bit more here.
Fastly is reporting too. Are they a little later,
Yes.
Mike?
I think they're around 5 minutes after. Fastly.
Okay. Fastly. Sounds like they got a little kid to name their company.
Yeah. Etsy is just all over the place from 138 to 142.50 in a heartbeat. Where she goes, where she stops, nobody knows.
Place your bets on the table before the wheels stop.
That's about
She
it.
goes. Where she stops, nobody knows.
Here we
Step
go.
right. Take your chances at the wheel of Etsy.
Here you go. Here's Etsy bouncing all over.
Yep. Roku also added 3.2 million active accounts in the second quarter. So, and they only lost 35 cents per share compared to 51 cents.
Is that all?
That is all.
I have to admit, I got to get more into the finance of these companies because I mean the billions they seem to lose before they make profit. The depths of financing out there are just stunning to me.
35-cent profit loss, and that's worth a $10 bounce in your stock price.
Of course it is.
Makes complete sense. Absolutely logical.
Welcome to the new world.
Hey, Twinkie came out and reported.
Twinkie.
Did they? We looked at that last quarter, didn't we, Brian?
I know.
What's their ticker, Brian?
WTWNK. Twinkie. Host.
Okay. Twinkie.
I remember I thought you were pulling my leg when you mentioned it, but that's actually their symbol.
No, there is actually you can actually buy a Twinkie. Zynga. What's his name?
Let's go back to Roku. There seems to be a little bit more price action in Roku than in Twinkie right now.
Now we're making calls like the squawk guy. All right.
Beat for Fitbit.
Ooh, Roku losing it all. Back down to almost to the closing.
Well, Zynga's taken off. ZNGI. ZNGA. I, not A.
Zynga.
Zynga.
ZNGI?
ZNGI.
Oh.
BINGO.
I'm in this for a pop through 11. Here we go. There we go. Out.
Okay, Brian, look at you just playing that again.
Nice in and out, Brian.
Yeah, I think it just looked like it was heading there. It's breaking out on a daily, actually. Should be in play tomorrow.
Wow, it had good volume today.
This is 8 cents, 16 cents, misses 8 cent estimate. That's weird. It missed on its earnings per share. And yet it's popping up. Go figure.
You don't need operating capital. Who needs that?
Well, I was kind of laughing. I was looking at Wayfair. They lost last report. They lost $1 billion, and it's like, okay, well, what the heck?
That's what I mean. Like, they're floating these debts, and I guess it's because they've got capital. But the amount of debt that they seem to float seems to be incredible.
Wayfair's at like $300 a share.
See, Wayfair hurts me every time I look at it because back in March you could have bought it for $20.
Oh, I know.
2025, let's say.
Yeah,
Now it's 300.
March 16th, it was, the low was 2170. March 23rd, which was the turnaround day, 2625.
No, like it's just.
It does not make any sense at all.
No. Like when you consider Wayfair's gone up, what is that? That's 12-fold compared to, we think about the high flying stocks like even Tesla and that and how much even Tesla's only gone up threefold.
Yeah.
So from 400 to 1200 or even 4 if you want to count the 15 or 16 that it sort of hit. But I mean, really, like Wayfair 12 times?
Yeah, I know. Well, let's look at Shopify. It's at 1,004. Even that one didn't go up that much. It bottomed around 300.
Even that though, that's only 3 times, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Wayfair would have been the trade of the century there, wouldn't it have?
No kidding. Like, think about it. If we'd just gone home, if you just put 10 grand in it back at the end of March and, disappeared, you'd have 120 grand now.
Yeah. So, a little pause here before everybody gets out of here. Just in case you didn't know or haven't seen it on the website, we've actually added 2 additional psychologists and mindfulness members to help us in the psychology area, and that is Nada, who has done a guest presentation for us, as well as Creda, who owns Creda Performance out of Lisbon, Portugal. So both of them are going to help us develop a mindfulness kind of criteria inside the Psychology Center, as well as we are going to look at kind of doing a little different webinars with Dr. Katz, more interactive with some of the members. And I think the next one's going to be on members. Looking for 2 or 3 members out there that want to share their worst trade ever, as well as their best trade ever, and kind of how it helped you develop your trading strategy. And we're going to have Dr. Katz kind of look at those and give you some advice on how you can continue to improve or sustain what you're currently doing. And that's what we're looking at doing for next month's webinar with him. So we'll probably pull it up for everybody here in the afternoon. You know how we do Zoom. So I'll invite you to come join us on Zoom if you're willing to share your trades. And Dr. Katz will be able to work with you kind of on a one-on-one with everybody else kind of out there observing. So if you'd be interested in that, please shoot me an email at mike@BearbullTraders. So that is kind of what's coming up with psychology in the center and everything. So you'll see some changes here shortly on that.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very cool. Don't forget, guys, if you want to join us in the room, you can always do that. We always welcome new members. Even if you just want to try us out, we still have a trial deal you can do. You can join us for only $24 for a week. That will give you full access to the chat room as well as our introduction onboarding course led by Carlos. That's, again, $24. You can use the code ClosingBell24 or premarket24. Either one works. And that gives you that 1 week introductory membership. And if you want to join Lifetime, you can still do that. My understanding is we've kept it active for a few more days because it's been popular and people have been asking about it. I don't know that we still have that listed up here, but it's sort of a hidden secret because we're pulling it down shortly. But if you're thinking about joining Lifetime, like now is sort of the time to do it because we will be taking that 40% discount away. I think the code is still Rockies40. Use that. It's for the one-time payment, but you get 40% off the lifetime payment. We are looking at restructuring our our long-term plans. So to be clear, anybody who's a lifetime will always be a lifetime. That's grandfathered forever. So get in now and you never have to sort of pay a fee again, but we may be changing that structure going forward. So Rockies40 is the code. Use that promo code when you check out the one-time payment for our lifetime membership. So, and if you're on YouTube, we appreciate it. Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to check out the pre-market show if you don't, with Carlos and Norm. Give us a like. Give us some feedback if you have anything to suggest that we can add to improve on the closing bell or on the opening show. We'd love to hear it. So, and then Mike and I, of course, are always available. You can email us, peter@bearbulltraders.com or mike@bearbulltraders.com, or of course, follow us on social media. I love how people follow us on Twitter. Some of our members post more than me. I have to admit, I'm not a big poster. I will often retweet things, but it's amazing to me how many people follow me. I think it's awesome, although I don't do anything interesting. So, but there you go.
You're really selling yourself, Peter. Don't.
Well, hey, I don't want to oversell, right? Undersell, over deliver. There you go. Uh-oh. Cat's away. Party's on.
Si, senor. All right.
Dance party all afternoon.
All right. See you guys. Everyone have a good evening, and we'll